Welcome back to Indie Film Weekly for November 28th, 2025. I'm your host, Glen Reynolds. Spotlighting three films in theaters this week: a paranoid tale set during Carnival in coastal Brazil, a North Macedonian folk story with a watchful stork, and a mother's testimony from the West Bank. If one of these films opens near you, see it on a big screen. Shared silence hits harder in a room full of strangers. On demand this week, we head to wintry Scotland for a sharp sibling two-hander, and our classic highlights a writer finding her voice against the odds. This episode is brought to you by Circus Road Films, helping indie filmmakers find audiences since 2006. Learn more at circusroadfilms.com. Let's dive in. First in theaters, The Secret Agent slips into 1977 Recife, Brazil, as a technology teacher tries to outrun a violent past during Carnival. New city, new neighbors, same old paranoia. The streets thrum with drums and fireworks, but the danger is inside stairwells, through thin walls, behind doors that never quite shut. The film watches how a rumor can run faster than a bus, and how surveillance can start as curiosity and end as climate. Expect patient tension, prickly humor, and a sly love of urban detail, the kind that turns apartment courtyards and rooftops into characters. It's also a story about reinvention and how hard that is when everyone is looking at you from their balcony. Carnival confetti sticks to sweat, secrets stick to lives, and the past keeps knocking. Next in theaters, The Tale of Silyan follows a farmer and a white stork through North Macedonian seasons, braiding folklore with simple daily labor. The setup is gentle. The questions are not. What does it mean to share a landscape with a creature the village half blesses and half fears? How much of tradition protects us, and how much do we project onto it? The camera stays close to hands, tools, feathers, nests, and faces, so the film becomes kind of a field diary. You hear doors hinge, grain shift, wind lift. By the time myths arrive, they feel earned, not ornamental. It is tender, but it does not prettify. Rural life has costs. Love of place asks for patience, repair, and the humility to let a bird choose you back. Finally, in theaters, All That's Left of You begins with a protest and opens into a family chronicle told by a mother who understands that every act on the street has roots at the kitchen table. A teenager is swept into the surge of a West Bank demonstration. To explain how they got here, his mother rewinds through years of choices, hopes, and compromises. The structure is simple and effective. Present tense urgency, memory in long breaths, and then back again. It's not about delivering a single thesis. It's about giving faces and rhythms to headlines and showing how courage grows inside a household. Expect lived-in domestic scenes, intimate performances, and a clear sense of place. When the film returns to the protest, it lands with more weight, because now you know who is inside the frame. So in theaters this week, that's The Secret Agent, The Tale of Silyan, and All That's Left of You. New on TVOD this week, Thistle and the Kiss takes the holiday movie template and trades tinsel for hard truths. A breakup detonates right before Christmas. By New Year's, a car dies in the Scottish countryside. A sister shows up, and the two of them are stuck with bad weather, worse timing, and questions they have dodged for years. It's a compact, talk-forward drama that trusts awkward silences as much as speeches. You get country lanes, fogged glass, and a particular comedy of siblings who know exactly which buttons to press. The pleasures are small but specific. A kettle boiling in the background of a confession. A shared song that means one thing now and meant something else then. If you want a winter watch with actual stakes, this is it. Streaming on Apple, Google, and Amazon. And for our classic this week, An Angel at My Table turns 35 and remains a masterclass in how to honor a writer's life without sanding off the splinters. Jane Campion adapts Janet Frame's autobiographies across 3 chapters, following her from shy New Zealand girlhood through poverty, grief, and a long harrowing stay in mental institutions, where a misdiagnosis nearly led to a lobotomy. Writing saves her, not in a slogan way, but in the precise glow of sentences that make sense when nothing else does. The film lets you feel the texture of that rescue. Schoolrooms, libraries, damp flats, open fields, and finally the quiet shock of being recognized for the work. Carrie Fox's adult portrayal gives Frame a steady, private courage, and Campion frames her with respect and space. The Venice Film Festival honored it on release and helped launch a defining career behind the camera and in front of the page. It is also one of the rare biographical films that understands how small moments make a life. A coat borrowed, a walk taken alone, a notebook opened at the right time. Now streaming on HBO Max and for rent on most platforms. And that's the November 28th edition of Indie Film Weekly. Whether you're navigating Carnival, tracking a stork across the Balkans, arguing across a kitchen table, or thawing out on a Scottish roadside, there is something indie for you this week. If one of these films opens near you, go see it in a theater. Bring a friend. Talk about it after. If you enjoyed the pod, subscribe, share, and leave a quick review. It helps more people find these films. I'm Glen Reynolds. Until next time, keep it adventurous, keep it open-hearted, and keep it indie.